Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your political questions in the chat before I come on. We have got epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. We have got a fantastic community. Seriously, you've been so kind to each other, so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, thank you for being here. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on higher speed or whatever works for you. Okay. Hello, hello. Do it. Do hit the like button. Okay. First of all, I do want to do just a moment of silence for our veterans. It is Memorial Day, so we'll just take a moment here in absolute gratitude and sending bless. All right. Okay. So, which says, hello, peeps living in the stupidest dystopia ever. Isn't it just? Whew. Hello, hello. Some people want to know the nails, so these are the nails for today. And if I went painting again. So, yeah, they're both like that. So, it's kind of fun. And I'm using the Pulp Tarot today. Okay. So, we're going into what are they thinking? Seriously, what are they thinking? You know what? I'm gonna take just one moment before I get into that, actually, because there's something that I wasn't explaining very well yesterday. So very briefly, I just want to explain how about Saturn going into Aries, because one of the things I've been hearing back from happening in my own life, but also hearing back from everybody I know, is that suddenly trying to make progress with things, trying to just do stuff, suddenly things are breaking, things are falling down, things that you're just like, oh yeah, I'll just quickly do that and then keep going. And it's like, what do you mean that's not working? What is going on? The thing to remember, Saturn has gone into Aries. Saturn is the brakes. Because to some extent, things go screech and you kind of, whoa. Because if you think about it, Saturn is about forming, about limits, and it loves when a plan comes together. So Saturn is the engineer, and in Aries it's the combat engineer. So if Aries energy, you want to just go, you want to take action. It's ruled by Mars. Let's do this thing. And there's a lot of energy of that in our collectively, because Neptune is already in Aries. But Saturn's is now the engineer, saying, grabbing you by the back of your collar and saying, slow your roll. Hang on. We need a plan. You can't just do this willy-nilly. You can't do this thoughtlessly. We're going to do the bigger things. We're going to do the better things. We're going to do the harder things with sheer work. Saturn, you have to remember, Saturn rules Capricorn, which is the top of the traditional chart. It's in some ways of looking at the chart, it is the beginning of the 10th house of your career, your midheaven, your status in life. It's time to step up. And Saturn rules Capricorn. So if you feel like I'm just trying to do and it suddenly, why is that not working? Or why is this? Because Saturn is very much putting on the brakes to say, we're going to make something better, because we're not going to do this in a half-hearted manner. Let's put it that way. So, all right. I just want to let you know. So if you're getting a bit frustrated or things seem to be not working, Saturn will reward you. We just have to pull it together and come up with a plan. So TJ said, yes, I feel this. Okay, well, good. I'm trying to help. Okay, so we'll move on to, what the heck? Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it, and if not repeat it, something that rhymes. It is the year 2525. Some of us may not have been alive back then, but we've read enough history that we know what prohibition is, and we know it doesn't work. It caused one of the greatest upswelling of mafia, mob tactic, cruelty, bootlegging, law breaking. I would suggest it added to the bank robbing. So prohibition was just a failure. And I don't say that as someone who's like, okay, yeah, drink, I don't do drugs, I don't even partake of what we're about to talk of really. But some people say I'm smart, and I certainly have read a lot. So, and I know you're smart, and you've probably read a lot, and we know better, but they don't. So let's see what Texas is doing. Texas, over the past few months, has tightened restrictions on THC. Yes, partaking of the sacred green leaf, which is saying that's part of this, and adult websites. Really. Texas is moving forward with an expansive, across-the-board social media ban for minors that it would make it illegal for anyone under 18 to have any kind of social media. Do they? I mean, okay. And when this is signed into law, it will give companies exactly 10 days from the enactment of the bill to verify the ages of all of its users and delete minor profiles. This might be self-serving, but there's a story I wrote a while back. And in the big climax of there's a humorous element to the story. So in the big climax, or leading up to the climax of the story, the villain, he's angry, he's what have you, and so he picks up a blunt object and he starts, he wants to stop what's on the computers and the videos that have been taken and all of this that would incriminate him. And so he picks up a blunt object and he starts smashing monitors all over, and cameras and monitors and cameras. And even the characters are like, you know that stuff is stored on the cloud. I'm reminded of that. I know, self-serving, but it's the same kind of thing. It's like, So Texas in the past few months is tightening restrictions on THC. So a lot of the dispensaries, little TMI from Lewis, who just said, "You'll take my OnlyFans and devil's lettuce from my cold, unalive hands." You do you, boo-boo. So forget the dispensaries. You have to have real ID and sign up for adult websites. There are VPNs. What the heck? Okay. And a social media ban for everyone, all social media for everyone under the age of 18. And this is just in Texas. Okay. Is the website in the room with us? Is it speaking to you? Okay. Bern says you can't get on. I'm not supposed to say the word on YouTube, so a lot of people just say like corn hub. I'm in Illinois, corn hub. That would, corn futures and stuff. You can't get on Cornhub in Florida without a VPN. Not that I would know this. There are VPNs. Why? Yes, Rob, exactly. And a big brother in Texas. But freedom, Raymond's asking, how are they going to enforce it? Department of Social Media Enforcement? Exactly. Show me on this Annabelle where it hurt you. Oh, that was good. Okay. Oh, this is so stupid. All right, I guess I'll take them one at a time. The whole THC thing. Okay, the thing about the THC thing. I mean, even when you remember John Boehner? Remember when he was Speaker of the House? Oh, those were not the days. But he left, and even he got involved in some kind of company of such things. There are all kinds of Republicans who sunk their money, prominent Republicans who sunk their time and money. The institution, the state. Do you know how long THC has been banned? It's not like this is new. And over all of those decades, when the devil's lettuce was banned, and THC was banned, did it get rid of it? Again, there were people who spent a lot of money to get in on the ground floor of this particular industry in the Lone Star State. This is my Texas card. You know how much money they're going to lose? Okay, so then we get to the this. I don't want to stay too long in this energy, but the adult websites at 1445. So yeah, okay. Good luck with this. boy. Fisheye 70 said, it's Prohibition. It's the Prohibition era all over again. How did that work out? Exactly. Do you know how many tunnels there are in Chicago? I mean, luckily this garbage isn't passing here. Who would have thought? But do you know how many tunnels and hidden places and thank you, Charles. All right. Really, Texas? Really? Real, and not just a driver's license. You have to have real ID. Oh, hang in there, Jackie. We're in this together. Or we're just saying they never learn from history, do they? No? Nope. Good luck. Good luck. Chaos Tower. Feeling a little bit like Goldblum in Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park. Life finds a way. Three of Swords, Ace of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Oh, they have a lot of money to throw around. Temperance. Oh, we shall temper. There'll be temperance of this. Four of Cups. Refusal to listen. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Am I saying that everything about adult entertainment is great? No, I'm not. We know there's exploitation. We know. I'm not saying it's everywhere, but there's quite a bit. What I'm saying is it's so delusional that you could just one state, or maybe Florida as well, and just so. And this is the next one, and this just short Jan at 18 minutes in. Texas is moving forward with an across-the-board social media ban for anyone under 18. It would make it illegal for anyone under 18 to have any kind of social media. The people passing this law can't even update their phones. They're constantly contacting the young people around them to fix the most basic stuff. Reconnect the printer. Really, you're going to stop all minors from having any social media. You're dreaming. You're dreaming. Queen of Pentacles. You know most of them can run circles around you technologically. Oh, lawmakers. Oh yeah, you keep flapping your gums as much as you want to. Oh, you're going to be a big enforcement over a whole bunch of this is illusion and delusion. You are kidding yourself. So, I mean, a lot of us, we grew up without social media. Kind of glad that parts of my life were never recorded, never saved for posterity. But the horse has left the barn. Goodbye, horse. Goodbye, in the far distance. Oh, you want to close the door to the barn. The horse is somewhere in that direction, and okay. It can't work. You can't get there from here. You can't. Okay. Anyway. And then somebody's going to come up with some kind of children-friendly social media site that they'll throw enough money at Texas lawmakers or Texas lawmakers, and it'll be like, oh, well, this will be okay. Yes, but they want to lower the age for marriage and allow children to work. Yeah. Well, that is a very good point, Rob. Hang on. Texas kids playing Minecraft and other online games together aren't going to be happy about it. But does that count? Does that count as social media? Because the thing about some of these games is, I mean, you can talk to each other while you're playing, and sometimes you can leave messages for each other, or you know they're just going to come up with some other form, some other way. Yes, okay, I'll just dead horse. I'll stop now. But horse left, gone. Not even a faint in the distance. Anyway. Catherine. Everybody get foot loose. Okay. That was awesome. Yes. YouTube, Twitch, Discord, MS. Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, moving on from that stupidity. At 23:10, I was a little surprised. Did you see what President Dumpster Fire tweeted, trust, whatever, posted about Putin? It was very strange. Hang on a second. You don't have to read the whole thing. I just want to show you, and he does this every major holiday. There was every major holiday he puts in something about Happy Valentine's Day, Merry Christmas, even to the absolutely awful human beings who were the worst of the worst and destroying everything and blah blah blah. Merry Christmas. It's really stupid. Well, he did it again. I'm trying to get this thing to load. There it is. Really? Share screen. Look at that mess. I know, it's very hard to read, but Happy Memorial Day to all, including the scum. The scum that spent the last 4 years trying to destroy our country through warped, radical left minds who allowed 21 million people to illegally enter our country. What? many of them being criminals. Now, this is all in all caps. Seriously. Through an open border that only an incompetent president would approve. Judges, blah, 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 and of course, list all these horrible crimes, all protected by U.S. hating judges. And, hopefully, the Supreme Court and other good and compassionate judges. You think, oh, good and compassionate, he wouldn't be in all caps. No, good and compassionate judges throughout the land will save us. We've made great progress over the last 4 months, and America will soon be safe and great again. Again. Okay, and America will soon be safe and great again. Again, happy Memorial Day, and God bless America. Turns out that actually wasn't the one I was thinking it was. That was more recent. That was first thing this morning. All right, hang on a second. Oh, man. Years ago, I saw, there are dumb things we've run across on the internet over the years. There's one relevant one about all caps. One irrelevant one that I'm just going to throw in just because we try to keep the vibration high. I once saw someone had posted, oh, come on. It's 2011. Can't we finally get some color pictures of the moon? That's one of my all-time favorites. But all caps. There was someone I was going through a message board, and it was trying to fix some technical glitch I was having. And there was someone, sorry, trying to stop an argument there. There was some kind of, trying to fix some kind of technical thing, and then there was someone who had posted a problem they were having, and they did it. What they were talking about is just all through caps. My computer is this, and this isn't working, and that is. And someone responded, have you thought that maybe your computer isn't responding well because you keep yelling at it? Anyway, cat fight averted. Good. No, seriously, where was this stupid thing? Do I have it? Do I actually have it? Well, I'm going to have to go to, hang on, where is it? There's the link. All right. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. I'm going to share it, whether you like it or not. Donald Trump's rage post. Oh, where is... Sorry, I'm having, again, technical issues. I'm trying to just do things on the fly. Saturn hates that. Hates that. Makes it really difficult. Post about Putin. Where is it? All right, I'm not going to be able to find it quickly. I'm so sorry about this. It was on Sunday. And I thought it was handy, but it is not, I'm afraid. Oh, I found it. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Amy says I posted it above. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I just found it. Thank you. The link in the description box is to a locked article, so I'll have to find one that's accessible. So at 30:35. So the other thing that Donnie decided to share, and this actually surprised me a bit. I will be honest. So the president moron said, and it's not in all caps. I've always had a very good relationship with Vladimir Putin of Russia, as opposed to Vladimir Putin from Schenectady. Pittsburgh. How many Vladimir Putins are there? Anyway, but something has happened to him. He's gone absolutely crazy. He's needlessly killing a lot of people. And I'm not just talking about soldiers. I'm shocked. Really? Really? I'm glad you're letting us know. Missiles and drones are being shot into cities, capital C cities, because he wants to be a German fascist? I don't know. In Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. Gosh. I've always said that he wants all of Ukraine, not just a piece of it. And maybe that's proving to be right. But if it does, it will lead to the downfall of Russia. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, really? Because this is the first time in over 3 years that Russia's bombed and done heinous things inside of Ukraine to civilians. And then the rest of it, yeah, usual. Likewise, Zelensky's doing his country, capital C, no favors by talking the way he does. He's not saying, sir, sir, with tears in his eyes. Everything out of his mouth causes problems. I don't like it, and it better stop. Oh my gosh, what a child you are. President of the United States, my eye, you are a child. This is a war, capital W, war, that would never have started if I were president. But hey, okay, really? This is Zelensky's, Putin's, and Biden's war, not Trump's, quote unquote. I am only helping to put out the big and ugly fires that have been started through gross, capital G, incompetence, and capital H, hatred. This is insane. This is bonkers. This is bonkers. This is somebody who is so deep in narcissistic denial with a touch of aging brain that but he said something bad about Putin. Putin's not the same age. He's gone crazy. Okay. It makes no sense. Okay, fine. You just noticed? Donnie seems to have an about face with Putin Sunday. Putin has shot back, metaphorically. Putin has responded, saying, Trump must be too excited lately. He's on an emotional overload. Ladies, did you ever have someone in your life who you were upset about something you had every right to be upset about, and they asked you, is it that time of the month? That's basically what Putin just did to Trump. Putin said Trump must be too excited lately and on an emotional overload. I can't. These are vicious, cruel, awful people with access to armies. And you and I, we have more decency and common sense in tissues we've thrown away. Oh, Dorinda, thank you, Charles, for pointing that out. Dorinda called Trump Kumquat Krasnov. That was good. Oh, boy. Well, maybe Putin will offer Trump something. Because here's the thing about, could any, if Donald and if the dumpster fire and the Republicans were willing to do something more about Russia, to stop Russia, they could. Apparently, Lindsey Graham is been sitting on a bill that has, I thought they were pretty much sanctioned out, but apparently this is brutal. And matter of fact, what Lindsey's talking about is, correct me if I'm wrong, but what I heard was potentially 500% tariffs on any country buying Russian oil. Anyway, he could also hurt Ukraine if he somehow stops Europe from, because one of the things Europe's been doing is they're buying military equipment from the US, and then once they gets to them, they're shipping it off to Ukraine. And our government knows about this. So if the dumpster fire said you can't do that, that would really hurt Ukraine. But this is big money. Unbelievable. Things are not going well for Putin. They are really, really not. Justice. Refusal to listen. This is just the card of refusal. La, 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 la. Government waiting for their ship to come in. You mean President Dumpster Fire isn't the center of all, with all of these negotiations? Chemical Squirrel's asking, this timeline, where's the reset button? Who pushed the do not press button? Did anybody watch the second season of Loki? Hey, Loki. That was really good. I loved that show. I loved that show. Anyway. They're just stupid. Anyway. All right. At 40:30. You know what's Loki? Rose Blue. It was Loki is in the Marvel universe, like from the Avengers, that kind of thing. They gave Loki his own show, 2 seasons of his own show, and it was really good. Loki played by Tom Hiddleston. So, anyway, do you recall? Does one recall that President Consistency said he was going to slap huge tariffs on the EU because they weren't working with him. They weren't bowing. They weren't groveling. They weren't, right? So he was they're not even doing anything. So huge tariffs coming. June 1st. Massive. Trump has already backed down from enforcing the EU tariff. Surprise! Where was it? Sharon Ann. Cheeto Christ stupid czar. Yes. So will it get to the point where we stop even talking about this kind of stuff because nobody takes him seriously when he threatens? And people are already hurting financially. There's a woman I watch. She does shorts just about every day of like what she's eaten in a day, how she cooks. And her channel's really blowing up. And it's just because she's following the USDA thrifty food budget plan and how she makes it work and what she does to, and there are people who are making money just talking about trying to save, how they save money, because it's knowledge, it's valuable. There's the country. We're already waiting. We're already sitting here just rolling our eyes. And Trump's he's not gonna get a brain transplant. Page of Swords. You're really going to bring Europe to its knees. Oh wait, I don't feel like it. Institutions. Smoke and mirrors on a grand scale. We're going to have tariffs. We're not. We're doing this. We're not. We're da. And it just hurts our economy. We can't ignore him completely because he occasionally goes through with something until the courts reverse him. So, All right, so Rob's saying his body would reject any brain transplanted into him. Woodpile Witch says, Hierophant, get busy. Yes. All right. Let's have a quick look at the Senate. Because midterm elections are a year and a half away, but still. Cindy Poole was saying, from my understanding, there are 33 Senate seats up for election in 2026. What do the cards say about the Dems winning a majority in the Senate? Wouldn't it be lovely? Cards are coming straight off the top of the deck, which usually means everything, like most things above board. All right, that's my card of voting. I do believe we will be able to vote. I honestly do. I know there's some people who just insist we're going to lose our democracy. I have not once picked up that we will actually lose our democracy. Now, do we need to go out and vote in the biggest numbers possible? Yes. They will try to mess with stuff, but if enough of us vote, there's only so much they can do. Vote, please vote. Please vote. Ace of Cups. That's a rise of democratic energy. Knight of Cups. Oh, big democratic energy. There's a Thief card in the middle. Six of Cups, which is nostalgia and strength. So will they try some shenaniganery? Probably. But if we vote in big enough numbers, it won't matter what they try to pull. Monkey's Llamas says, all I want is a room somewhere. Justice. Justice would be nice. We'd like that. Ace of Swords, Sword of Truth. MAGA just screeching their tires. Seven of Pentacles, Fruits of Labor. This Sword of Truth with the Fruits of Labor here, considering we're talking about basically Congress, specifically the Senate, but Congress, the sheer amount of investigations and hearings that are going to happen over the corruption during these first 2 years. They're going to be busy for a long time. Oh, thank you, Carol. All right, where was it? Okay. Speaking of the Senate, at 4910, Ron Johnson. Hey, Ron Johnson. Used to be my senator. I tried to vote against him. Didn't work, but I tried. So Wisconsin's Ron Johnson warns Trump to get serious or face a Senate revolt. Look, a no vote is a no vote is a no vote. And we're glad to have them. So now, why is Johnson and a few of the others, why are they saying they won't vote for the House bill? Because it isn't cruel enough. But a no vote is a no vote is a no vote. Wildflower Wind says he's from Wisconsin. Did you live in Wisconsin? Twice. In 2 different parts of Wisconsin. Hello, boo-boo. I love how he walks. Now his back legs do this. I love that. So, is poor dumpster fire going to have a revolt in the Senate? The GOP and the Senate are revolting. I'll say. Page of Wands. That's that MAGA doesn't have as much strength in the Senate. 7 of Pentacles. That bill is massive. It's about vast amounts of money, and they don't want the poors getting handouts. Seriously. Are there not poorhouses? Are there not prisons? Ooh, legislatively, ouch. Temperance. Rise of the Democrats. People want this. Here's the thing. The Senate could take 4 months to work on this budget. It doesn't feel like it's actually going to take quite that long, but because it's reconciliation, it's a reconciliation bill. There are definite changes that are going to have to be made, because anything that is not related directly to the budget cannot be in that bill, the final bill. So all that wishful thinking in the budget bill from the House that with this Trump won't have to he can't be held, or it stops him being held, him and his administration being held in contempt of court and all that kind of stuff. Nothing to do with the budget, not really. They're trying to say you can't use legal funds that are paying salaries. If you do that, you can't hold the administration in contempt of court or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rose blue. Yeah. So eventually, it's the Senate likely to come up with something that Speaker Johnson, the heretic, will push along just because it's something. It is going to, I think it is going to take a while. Wheel of Fortune. But then we get Trump's base of powers in the center, Queen of Pentacles. This is all the Republicans you need to, this is going to take a while. You need to pull together. It's a mess. He says, back to the buffet. I spy with my little eyes, a little kitty walking. And right above it, Amy said, back to the buffet. Yes. For those of you who are new around here, I've got 3 kinds of cat food that sit right out here, and then Bailey gets a 4th kind around dinner time, because Alfie would get it too, but he won't eat it. So this is the buffet, and then there's more food downstairs. But anyway, okay. Let us go back 2. I can squeak in at least one more. You know what? Okay, that's a big long thing. I mean, literally, it's this long even in the description box. I'll have to move that over to tomorrow. And all right, I'll just do a reading for us. And anything I didn't cover, I will roll over to tomorrow because they're all a little bit more involved. 535 card for us. Cards for us. Oh, did I say squeak you in? Sorry. Squeeze you in, it should have been. Which is 3 kinds of cat food? Yeah, she definitely has cats. I mean, technically one of them's treats, but it's really stayed with me when someone in the chat. I don't usually, or I try very hard not to fixate on negative comments, but there was someone in the chat recent weeks who said, "You are so pessimistic." I was really shaken by that. It's like, well, not shaken. I was really surprised by that. I think I'm quite realistic because I don't blow smoke, but I do think things are going to be okay. But what it says to me is we're still in the thick of this. Dumpster fire's still there. He won't be forever, but Chariot. Oh, great. We've got the whole parade coming in July. The plans that they have on the Republican and MAGA side and 4 of Cups is refusal to listen to. We know what's going to happen. We basically know. And if anything, maybe this is since right now the focus is really on people who voted for the dumpster fire to have to deal with and face what they've done. Probably what that means for the rest of us is this is our time to basically set up for when we do get back into power, and for us to find a way to legally get back into power. So I've heard it said that Democrats should come up with their own version of a Project 2025. And maybe we should start pulling together as Democrats a little bit more. Maybe if you're not as involved in your local Democratic groups, maybe it's a time to, but we're in the thick of this. Yes, Norma, Project Hope, exactly. And yes, Bern, go left, young man, go left. Yes, Mark, Project 2026, get rid of Dumpy. Yeah. Yep. So, oh, Rob said pessimism is in the eye of the bemoaner. That was good. That was good. Whew. Okay. True. We're in this together, Charles. Exactly. Cindy says the summer is going to be rough. Not going to be easy. I'm still working on my garden. Still trying to get everything put together. But I've got a big tray now with all kinds of different things starting to grow. And I've got some new recipes. And yeah, just resetting, taking a step back. And by the way, Saturn loves stuff like that. Saturn loves a plan. You know that. So if you're having technical difficulties, if you're having difficulties trying to get stuff, it's not quite. Saturn has to get settled, and we all have to figure out how we can move through this energy. We have to move a little differently, but we're going to make it. Please remember you're not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. There are. So hang in there, all right? It's 1:10 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. Sarah will be there too. We're going to be productive. We're going to encourage each other. And then I'm going to be right back here tomorrow with you. And I'm looking forward to that. So I'll see you this afternoon, or I'll see you tomorrow. Be well. Be well. Hang in there. All right. See you later. Thank you.